Welcome back to Logan's Voice. I'm Doug Ballinger, Logan's dad, and I want to thank you for being here with me today. Grief is a heavy word. Most people think about it as something emotional or spiritual, the sadness, the longing, the tears. But there's another side of grief that doesn't get talked about enough, and that's grief in the body. When I lost Logan, I felt that grief everywhere, not just in my heart, but in my chest, my back, my energy, my sleep. It was as if my body carried the loss around even when my mind tried to distract itself. And that's what trauma does. Traumatic grief gets into your nervous system, your muscles, your appetite, even your sleep patterns. Today, I want to spend time unpacking that. We'll talk about how traumatic grief shows up in the body, why that happens, and what we can do to care for ourselves gently without guilt. Because if you felt grief in your bones, in your breath, or in your skin, I want you to know this. You're not imagining it. You're not weak. You're not broken. You are human and you are not alone. So when we lose someone, especially in a sudden or traumatic way, our bodies register it as shock. The nervous system gets overwhelmed. Normally, if we face a stressful situation, the brain tells the body to fight, flee, or freeze. But with traumatic loss, there's no way to fight it, no way to run from it, no way to resolve it. The stress cycle gets stuck. That's why grief so often shows up as physical symptoms. Let's name some of the most common ones. Fatigue that feels bone deep, not just tiredness, but exhaustion that doesn't lift even after sleep. You may feel like you're walking through mud. This isn't laziness, it's your body using energy to survive the trauma. And then there's sleep disruptions. For some, grief means nights of staring at the ceiling, unable to shut the mind off. For others, it's crashing hard, but waking constantly, unable to stay rested. Sleep cycles become unpredictable because the nervous system is on high alert. And then there's those digestive issues. Loss can throw appetite completely out of balance. Some people can't eat at all, others eat compulsively. Stomach pain, nausea, or changes in digestion are all common because grief affects the gut brain connection. Muscle tension and pain, shoulders pulled tight, jaws clenched, backaches, headaches. Trauma lives in the muscles. It's the body's way of holding on to stress it can't release. Chest heaviness and shortness of breath. Many grieving people describe it as a weight on my chest. Some even feel like they're having heart problems. This is the body carrying emotional pain physically. And then there's immune system changes. People in grief often get sick more easily. The constant stress hormones weaken the body's defenses. This is biology. It's not weakness. It's your body trying to adapt to an unbearable reality. I can tell you from my own experience, after Logan died, my chest felt like someone had stacked bricks on it. I couldn't take a full breath. My sleep was broken. And when I did sleep, I woke up more exhausted than before. My whole body ached as if I'd been in a fight I couldn't remember. And I know I'm not alone. I've heard countless stories in grief groups. A mom who couldn't eat for weeks. She lost so much weight because her body literally rejected food. She wanted to nourish herself, but grief had shut down her appetite. A man who described it as carrying a backpack full of rocks every day. His muscles were tense no matter what he did. Even sitting still, he felt like he'd been lifting weights. Others talk about headaches that last for days or brain fog so thick they can't focus enough to pay bills or drive safely. Sharing these stories matters because they validate what so many of us feel. You've wondered why your body feels different, why it hurts in ways it didn't before? This is why. Grief isn't just emotional, it's physical. And acknowledging that gives us permission to care for our bodies differently. So, what can we do? We can't make grief disappear, but we can support the body as it carries grief. Let me share some gentle practices. Rest without guilt. Trauma is exhausting. If you feel the need to nap, then nap. If you need to stay in bed longer, do it. Don't compare your energy to before. Your body is doing survival work. Rest isn't weakness, it's medicine. Practice intentional breathing. When grief tightens the chest, pause, inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Even 3 deep breaths can calm your nervous system. This isn't just spiritual advice, it's science. Breathing lowers stress hormones and slows the heart rate. Gentle movement. I don't mean running a marathon. I mean walking slowly around the block, stretching your arms, rolling your shoulders, or even swaying to music in your living room. Movement helps release tension stored in muscles. It reminds your body it's still alive. And then there's hydration and small nourishment. Grief often destroys appetite. If eating a full meal feels impossible, try small bites throughout the day. A piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, a protein shake. I love my protein shakes. And keep water nearby. Even sipping water is an act of love for your body. And then there's body signals check in. Notice when your body is trying to talk to you. Is your jaw clenched? Are your shoulders up by your ears? Is your stomach tight? Instead of pushing through, pause. Gently stretch, breathe, or massage the area. Acknowledge what your body is saying. And then there's sleep hygiene rituals. If nights are hard, try simple routine. Dim lights, turn off screens, play calming music. Even if you don't sleep deeply, your body benefits from the rest. None of these are cures. They won't ease grief, but they can create small moments of relief. And sometimes those moments are what carry us through. One more thing we can't ignore: the role of connection. When we grieve alone, the body bears the entire load. But when we share, like in a support group, with a trusted friend, or even in a podcast community, something changes. Our bodies relax when we feel understood. Stress hormones lower. The weight in our chest feels a little lighter. I have felt this in Zoom support groups and in person meetings. I walk in tense, heavy, and by the end of the call, I notice my shoulders are looser. My breath is easier. That's the power of connection. It doesn't erase grief, but it helps the body carry it. If you're listening to this and you've been isolating, let this be an encouragement. Reach out, join a group, call a friend, sit with someone who understands. Your body will thank you for connection. And if you're looking for a place to join, send me a private message on Facebook at Rex Logan's Dad. I'll get you hooked up. Grief lives in the body, but so does resilience. Your body may feel broken, but it's also the very thing that's carried you through the worst pain imaginable. This week, I want to invite you to choose one act of compassion for your body. Maybe it's resting without guilt. Maybe it's breathing deeply 3 times a day. Maybe it's drinking 1 extra glass of water. Maybe it's calling a friend to share the weight. Whatever it is, do it gently. Do it as an act of survival, of love, of hope. As we close today, let me remind you, if you've felt grief in your muscles, your bones, your breath, you're not imagining it. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're human. Your body is doing the best it can with a weight no one was meant to carry. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still showing up. You don't have to carry this alone. Together, we carry what feels unbearable. Together, we remind each other to rest, to breathe, and to heal. If today's topic makes sense to you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us get the word out. The more people that subscribe, like, and comment and share, the more people get to see our podcast. Until next time, I am Logan's voice. I am Logan's dad. And I will not be silent.